Hey guys, it's Nicole here, back with another video. I hope you're all well and keeping safe. In today's video, I'm going to be speaking about the international experience for those students at the University of Bristol. Now, those of you who follow my channel and know me know that I am not an international student. I am born and raised in London, so I thought it would only be appropriate to actually allow you guys to hear from an international student. I thought that I could kind of do as much research as I wanted, as I have done in some previous videos, but it would never be kind of like an authentic first-person account, which I have done in my other videos, like my first and second year review. And I find that hearing another person's experience is a lot more valuable than just hearing a review or statistics. So I have the honour to introduce you my friend, who is also called Nicole. Now, I am super grateful to be working with one of my dear friends, Nicole, who I have been friends with throughout my time at the University of Bristol. She's an absolute sweetheart, and I will stop waffling and allow her to speak to you guys about her experience as an international student at the University of Bristol.
Hello! So, Nicole asked me to talk a little bit about my experience as an international student. So, I think I will begin talking about fees and funding because I know that some of you were asking about this. From my personal experience, I didn't actually receive any scholarships. I went down the US federal loan route, which I will talk a little bit about in a minute. But some of the scholarships you can receive, or I think you can apply for in the coming years, are the Think Big Scholarship and the Global Justice Scholarship. I believe these scholarships have one application form for them both, but I could be wrong. But both of these scholarships allow you to receive money off of your tuition, which is always a good thing. International students do pay almost double the price of home students. I believe UK students pay about £9,000 a year, and international students, at least from my experience, I've been paying about £17,000 a year. So scholarships definitely help, especially if you can get a significant chunk of money off of your tuition. I believe these scholarships allow you to receive from anywhere from £5,000 to £10,000 off of your scholarship. So definitely check those out. If you go to bristol.ac.uk, click the fees and funding link and then scholarships. These should be available to view there. There are also two other scholarships which aren't available to US students. The Aviva Scholarship is available to students from China, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Singapore, Taiwan, and Vietnam. The Beacon Scholarship is available for students from Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. So if you're from any of these countries, definitely check those scholarships out. There's also the Vice Chancellor Scholarship, which is for students that are excellent in something that is outside of their chosen degree of study. So for example, if you're applying for law school at the University of Bristol, but you are really excellent in music or drama, you might be able to apply for this scholarship, which is a really great opportunity for people who have passions outside of their degree. I will now talk a little bit about the US federal loan system and my experience through it. So the University of Bristol does qualify as an institution where you can receive a US federal loan. Make sure you check that whatever institution you're applying for qualifies for US federal loan. So for example, the University of Law doesn't qualify at the moment because they are a private institution and I don't think they have applied to qualify for US federal loan. So just keep that in mind when you are choosing your university and you know that you need to get a US federal loan, if you're from America, of course. All you need to do is go to studentaid.gov. There are different types of of federal loans that you can receive. I think you can receive loans as a student, and then your parents can also apply as a borrower as well. Just make sure, my only piece of advice with federal loans is to borrow what you need only. US federal loans tend to have very high interest rates. I'm not sure if coronavirus has affected this in any way. I know that it has paused my interest rates for a few months, which is always a nice thing, but be careful because you can end up accumulating a very high interest, which is not always a good thing. I also helped fund my future studies at the University of Law by doing part-time work alongside my studies. And actually, I found this to be not as challenging as I thought it would be. So the University of Bristol offers, or at least it offered in my year, the opportunity to become a student ambassador, which is a really great opportunity. I was paid very well for my work. It was a 0-hour contract, which meant that I was not required to work a certain amount of hours in a week, things like that, which was really nice, really flexible around my schedule. I ended up working at open days and doing online chats, so I actually had a very good time. And I actually met Nicole at an open day. She was another student ambassador, so that was really fun and exciting, and yeah, a great way to make friends at the university and learn about how the University of Bristol functions as a business, which is great for any student. I also am a English teacher. I'm an English teacher for Chinese students online, which was also very easy and very flexible, and I'm also paid very well. The University of Bristol has a career service that helped me through everything that I needed to know about careers. They have a little vacancy, what would I call it? Just a web page that shows all the vacancies available, which was really nice, and that's how I found my teaching job, which is great. So yeah, there are definitely ways to fund your studies. Just figure out the best one for you. Do research, make sure you have everything in order, you're organized, and you will be fine. It will always work out. I'll talk a little bit about my process before coming to university. I'm not gonna lie, it was difficult. I didn't actually receive a lot of help in this regard because I think I was the first student from my high school to move to the UK for university. So I was a pioneer in that sense, and being a pioneer is always difficult. I basically had to expedite my passport, which is not a process that anyone wants to go through. It's very expensive and time consuming, surprisingly. So basically my passport was meant to expire, I believe, in October of the year that I was starting my studies, which my visa application required that my passport didn't expire at that date. So that was difficult. I would just say make sure everything, sorry, outside is quite loud. Just make sure that everything you do regarding visa and passport is organized, you do your research, and you can ask questions as well. The university has an international student office, I believe. I know they have a visa office and they have a fees and funding office. The fees and funding office was the most helpful for me because there's this lady who deals with US federal loans and, sort of is in constant contact with student and parents, which was very helpful, and I ended up even calling her on some occasions to get some last minute help with my loan calculations, which was very, very helpful. Moving to the UK was very difficult because I ended up paying extra to check in extra bags, which wasn't ideal because I'm a very sentimental person. I have a lot of knickknacks that have helped me feel less homesick, so it was a good thing that I brought them with me. But there was another way I could have done it, and I'd like to share it with you. There's a company called Send My Bag, not sponsored by the way, this video. Sendmybag.com. You can actually send suitcases for very affordable prices. So my mom ended up sending me quite a lot of suitcases with goodies, some clothes, anything I really needed from home, which was really nice. So I really recommend that instead of bringing everything with you at the beginning. Definitely go that route. Okay, so now I will talk about my process during university, which I actually found stressful at points, and I'll discuss a little bit about why now. I was a little bit stressed about finding out what I wanted to do after university, if I wanted to stay in the UK, if I wanted to stay in Bristol. I ended up deciding that I wanted to become a barrister, a very challenging route, so of course I did that to myself, but I don't regret my decision, and I'm very excited to start my bar practice course at the University of Law in September. If you want any more details about my journey as a law student, about my journey as an international student, about visas, anything like that, please follow my blog. I post every Monday on anexpatinengland.weebly.com. You can also sign up for a newsletter that I will be starting soon, which I am planning on releasing every Thursday. So definitely go check out my blog. I talk about my experiences, which should be helpful for you. So definitely go look at it now. I did find it difficult meeting friends in university at first. I think this was because as an international student, I was kind of struggling to fit in with a different culture. And I know it sounds strange because I'm a native English speaker, so you would think that I would fit in with the culture really easily. But it was difficult, and I'm sure a lot of international students would agree with me. Some of the things I found difficult were sarcasm. I didn't understand sarcasm at first, so I thought everyone was just being mean to me, which they weren't. They were just trying to be funny. So you learn as you go, and I ended up making some really good friends through university experiences like societies, being a student ambassador, for example, and just sort of broadening my network and opening myself up to meeting friends, which was a difficult process, but it worked, and I made some lifelong friends at university, which I'm so thankful for. Also, I found that the standard of marking was different from my high school, and I'm not sure if other international students from the US would agree with me, but it was definitely difficult to settle in. I did work very hard and I ended up improving, and it felt really good. So just stick at it. If you have a dream to move here and go to study law, for example, or study at the University of Bristol, follow your dream. Don't let anything stop you, because it's all worth it in the end, and things always have a weird way of working out. I also found that doing extracurricular activities was very nice. I played tennis, I did some ice skating, I was on the committee for 2 societies, one of them being the Environmental and Energy Law Society, which was a fantastic experience. If you end up going to the University of Bristol and studying law, I really recommend this society. Even if you don't study law, it's open to everyone. But it was definitely important for me to develop my passions at university and follow my dreams as well. So I think that was a really nice escape from the academic side of university as well. So that's a little bit about my experience. Again, if you want to check out my blog at anexpatinengland.weebly.com, please do. I post every week, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Again, a massive thank you to my friend Nicole, who was part of this video. It's so interesting to hear another person's insightful experience. I think having international students at the university is one of the many, many amazing parts of going to university. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment down to any suggestions below, and make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.